We're going to take a slight detour with this week's edition of the Mass Effect HeadCanon project. Yes, there are still loyalties to be secured, and as Shepard is so often reminded, the clock is ticking. But whatever, the recent visit to the Citadel has our N7 hero overstimulated to the breaking point. And what better way to blow off some steam than slaughtering Blue Suns, Eclipse, and the Blood Pack? Time to get back to being the best N7 operative we can be, and start hammering out some of these N7 assignments. If this is your first introduction to the Mass Effect HeadCanon project, then welcome aboard. You'll be happy to know there is a lengthy playlist that you can access by clicking the link in the top right corner of your screen. Otherwise, welcome back. It's time for some of Mass Effect 2's excellent side missions.
I was just thinking about you.
Oh yeah? What a coincidence that I came to see you.
I can see why Jack is the way she is. I don't like it, but I get it.
That's kind of a perfect summary of her character.
I'm glad to hear Thane and his son are back in touch. It'll be hard, but I think they'll be fine.
You know, even though these conversations with Kasumi are one-sided, I do appreciate how truly empathetic it portrays her to be.
Good thing you broke up that catfight between Jack and Miranda. I was afraid they'd tear a hole in the hull.
Yeah, I know, I'm a really good commander.
Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
Alright, good talk, Kasumi.
Commander, what can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
I wondered when you'd come back. Listen, whatever happened was a simple mistake, nothing more.
I mean, that's clearly not all it was.
I don't know what this is. If this is stress, or just blowing off steam, or...
I mean, it's both, but I do come from a perspective that it is more than that. Like, I favor the idea that even though I have been hinting heavily that this relationship is built upon a fear that we won't return, it's not just about sex. It's complicated. Shepard came back from the dead, and the person he truly loves seemingly has no place in his life at the moment. Miranda and Shepard haven't known each other long enough to really have any understanding of what this is. And with a suicide mission on the horizon, think of the possible regret that would be lingering over them. The too long didn't read version is human emotions shouldn't be that simple. Simple is kind of boring.
What are you so afraid of? That you might actually start caring for somebody?
This is no time for emotional entanglement. You and I know more about the Collectors than anyone. We know how unlikely it is that we're coming back alive. What idiotic bunch of hormones thought that now was a great time for love?
Love? I always like this approach because they're both clearly too stubborn to admit it.
Who said anything about love? I'm just trying to get you into bed.
You ass.
Come on, Miranda. You want this.
Yeah, I do. So don't die. You promised me, damn it.
And herein lies quite the issue. Based on everything I just said, I don't think I would make that promise right now. Though it would be the right thing to say, I don't think it would be the true thing to say. And Michael Shepard is too damned pragmatic.
It doesn't work that way. We could all be dead this time tomorrow. So if it's not worth it...
No, it is. Give me some time. When I'm ready, I'll come by, okay?
How may I help you, Commander?
I have a present for you, Doc.
Ceres ice brandy? You didn't. Thank you. I always regretted not opening that original bottle when I still could. I won't make the same mistake again. Why don't we open this bottle right here, right now, you and me?
And because I just stirred up a whole bunch of emotions that I don't understand, my answer is to go and get shit-faced with one of my subordinates and best friends.
You crack open the bottle. I'll get the glasses.
It's so cute how happy she is.
I thought Alenko's biotic display might have broken Jenkins' back, but Jenkins pops up and yells, "That was awesome!" Oh, Jenkins. Soldiers like him make the Alliance great. Cerberus lacks the same. enthusiasm.
Ah, yes, and that is why I decided to make an entire lore series about the Systems Alliance. I'll throw a link up here for you.
With your service record, you could have gotten a tour of duty on any Alliance ship. Why'd you really leave?
Maybe it's less about leaving and more about staying. As a military doctor, I mostly treat people who are in bad shape. Often they die. And if I can help them, they move on. Either way, they leave.
Don't you have any friends or family?
No, not lacking friendship. Just stability. Jeff, Joker will always have Vrolic syndrome. He would never admit it, but he needs my help, and he always will. I wish it weren't, but sadly, it's true.
I do like the toast to Joker, but I think for the sake of Dr. Chakwas' character, it's important to expend all of the dialogue options here.
Treating Joker gives you a kind of stability.
So does this ship, even if it's a copy. Or, hell, maybe it's you. Shepard. Our immovable center. A place for a person to stop and catch her breath. Or maybe I'm just happily drunk. Would it hurt if it was simple like that for once?
And see, this is such a small moment, but it is so vital to one of the core themes of Mass Effect 2. Being happily drunk, whilst I don't condone alcoholism, represents the idea of finding fleeting moments of happiness in what is otherwise a bleak situation. Chakwas does an amazing job of counselling Shepard here. It also kind of juxtaposes with what he's experiencing with Miranda. And above all else, it really humanises a character who we love but don't spend a lot of time with.
Here's to simply being happily drunk.
I'll drink to that.
Meanwhile, in the slummy depths of the ship...
Hey,
Tell me something I don't know about you.
nothing to tell. Why?
I'm going through a thing, indulge me.
I want to know more, and I'm not going away.
I'm here to fight for you. Nothing says we have to be friends, but whatever. Something you don't know, huh? Obvious stuff like what's up with my ink, or something else just as boring. You're not really interested unless it affects you. I've been through all this shit before.
Despite the fact that she has now seen the alternative is possible, she continues to put these barriers up and resist. Which is fair. Trauma isn't an easy thing to just get over, but she isn't making it easy.
You're a hard person to like, Jack.
Really? I had no idea. What other amazing insights do you have that I'm too stupid to see?
I'll bite. What's with the tattoos?
Some are for prisons I've been in. Some are for kills. You know, good ones. Some are for things I've lost. Those aren't your business. They're nobody's business. And some are because, hey, why the fuck not?
I love her.
You work pretty hard at not letting people get close.
I've been with lots of people. If you're asking about a boyfriend or a girlfriend, no. It's a waste of time and it never works. You let someone get that close, it just means they need a shorter knife. Lonely and alive works just fine, thanks.
Seems like you miss it a little more than you want to admit.
Pick every little word apart if you want, but it doesn't change the way the galaxy works. Come on, you've been around.
You're tough, but you can't have survived alone all these years.
When I was starting out, I ran with this girl Minara and her boyfriend. They knew their way around. I thought they'd help me. Right. They helped me into their bed. And when we finally did take down something big, they helped themselves to my share of the take. I knew where it was heading. And I got them first. Never bothered with friends after that.
They sound like selfish pricks. That doesn't mean they were gonna kill you.
I get feelings. I don't need proof. I did the smart thing. I always do the smart thing if people fuck with me. That's probably something you should remember.
I have to go, but we should do this again.
Wait. My turn with the questions. People usually walk by now. Why are you really asking all these things? Are you eyeing me up? Because if this is just about sex, maybe you should just fucking say so.
You know, he kind of would, given Miranda has set boundaries, and deep down he does see a lot of himself in Jack. But, you know, thinking it is certainly not as egregious as doing it, and even then, thinking it is still kind of icky. Whether or not she is the one propositioning here, it would still be a scumbag move. One way or another, she is going to learn that being just friends is okay.
I'm not looking for that.
I don't get you. You don't want anything, but you keep coming around. Okay, maybe we'll talk later. Maybe not.
Aw, I feel bad. You don't always have to be on your own, Jack.
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Actually, wanted to talk. Medical matters. Aware that mission is dangerous. Different species react differently to stress. Sexual activity common for humans in such times, understand it intellectually, recommend caution when dealing with Cerberus.
You have a recommendation as a doctor?
Watch for bugs. Could be planted anywhere. Can perform exam later if necessary. Will need probes. Biotic ability also gives benefits. Forwarding booklet to your quarters. Includes diagrams, exercises, inventive uses of Mass Effect fields. Can supply oils or ointments to reduce discomfort. Gave ED electronic relationship aid demonstration vids to use as necessary.
Having this little gag from Mordin right after I've had a string of relationship encounters with crew members is a wonderfully humanizing moment. Very fitting.
Wait a minute, Borden. You're just yanking me around, aren't you?
Shocking suggestion. Doctor-patient confidentiality, a sacred trust. Would never dream of mockery. Enjoy yourself while possible, Shepard. We'll be here studying cell reproduction. Much simpler, less alcohol and mood music required.
Well, I'm glad Mordin approves. Alright, let's get this side mission journey underway. One of the first new additions to the secondary assignments dynamic in Mass Effect 2 is the search for the actual assignments themselves. Some are recommended to you by the Elusive Man himself, but many of them actually require for you to go and actively scan the planets, which, if you want to upgrade your ship, you will find you have to do quite a lot. So it is a natural coalescing of two very important features of the game. EDI will let you know if she has discovered an anomaly or something that is worth investigating, and from there it's just a simple matter of launching the shuttle if you're interested. The missions themselves can be broken down into 3 different types. Much like in the first game, there are plenty of examples of Investigate Group A who went to research Item B and have mysteriously gone radio silent, only for us to discover that they unearthed an ancient Reaper artifact and have been indoctrinated. There's also tons of fetch quests which do have quite a lot of variety, like repairing the shields of this mining platform, rescuing the survivors of this crashed Quarian ship, which features Shepard kung fu kicking this Varen. And perhaps the most monotonous type of side mission in the game, which I honestly think you could probably just skip altogether on your playthroughs, are these frustratingly padded out resource gathering missions which ultimately don't provide you with anything more than you will get from simply scanning the planets in which you find them. There's this particularly annoying one where you have to escort this mech that keeps running out of power, as it contains the weapons required in order to reach your end goal. It is unique and it does break up the flow of the game in an attempt to prevent it from becoming stale. But it's just not quite there yet, and realistically, the priority missions and the loyalty missions of Mass Effect 2 are just so damn good that I find myself wanting to give up on this and just get back to them. My favourite thing about Mass Effect 2 side missions is that they tend to involve these little self-contained storyline progressions, with each mission unlocking another somewhere else in the local star cluster. This is where I think the N7 missions truly excel. After discovering a ship that crash-landed when its security mechs all activated and went crazy, we head to investigate the ship's point of origin, Geralhe Station. This is the first side mission that manages to capture some of the horror vibes from the priority missions. All of the crew have mysteriously died and the only thing still active is the station's VI.
Intruders are requested to report to the cargo doors for immediate removal from station.
Sounds friendly. To access the VI core, we have to work through a series of small puzzles.
Testing area has been unlocked. The living area doors have been closed to quarantine a threat to this station. 1 door enabled. 5 doors enabled.
As you can see, they're not very difficult, but I do find them engaging, and I tend to have a lot of fun with this one. As it turns out, the VI had a sort of Skynet moment, and in a panic it started to do everything it could for self-preservation. Oddly enough, it makes the resolution of this mission actually quite a sad one.
Hub area power restored. Intruder detected. You are not authorized to be in this area. This is a secure zone. Please leave this station immediately. I regret to inform you that all attempts to defend the station have failed.
After dealing with evil ChatGPT, we are for some reason sent to experience every acrophobe's worst nightmare. Tell me again why we couldn't have just flown the shuttle right up to the front to begin with? I don't know. Anyways, up next we liberate a ship from a bunch of heretic Geth, ignite a beef with the Blue Suns, which for some reason involves an encounter with a Prothean beacon. Yeah, because I need to be constantly reminded of that. There's actually a chain of missions involving all three of the Terminus mercenary groups. There's the Blood Pack, the aforementioned Blue Suns, and last but not least, the Eclipse. There's not a huge payoff from these missions, but it does solidify the feud that Shepard has with these mercenary groups. Then one final face-off with the Geth actually leads me to one of my favourite aspects of the N7 assignments. This very cool visual of Geth as they approach through the mist. It's not very stealthy, but I just love the way it looks. Perhaps my favourite mission of them all is this assault on a Batarian missile silo. We already get so little when it comes to fleshing out the Batarians, so it's extra cool just for the lore aspect. It's also the first time since Bring Down the Sky that we see the Batarians actively in open conflict with the Alliance. Despite being a relatively small level, it actually has some of the best firefights in the entire game, and I'm not exaggerating. Couple that with the fact we are up against a timer and the increased stakes of the assignment itself, it has me wishing we could have got more from this plot thread. This little boss fight is kind of pathetic though. And then there's one final point in its favour.
There is only one remaining kill switch code. Therefore, only one missile can be stopped. Use the kill switch code to save your selected target.
Like what? Out of nowhere we get this Vermeer level decision that we have to all of a sudden make. In fact, this is heavier than that, because we're not just talking about one person. We're talking about hundreds, if not thousands, of innocent people. The options are your standard Bioware dichotomy. One results in the loss of Alliance assets, while the other results in an increased cost in civilian lives. And though an argument could be made for the importance of the strategic value of the spaceport, in the heat of the moment, Michael Shepard chooses to save lives.
That did it.
Fucking Batarians. And that's my sort of impromptu analysis of the Mass Effect 2 side missions. I didn't get to break down all of them, but canonically, Michael Shepard has completed all of the assignments. Unfortunately, however, it did not have the desired effect of helping us assess the Collector situation. Shepard's mind is still a little frazzled. It's time for some OG crew action. We need to spend a little time with familiar faces and away from Cerberus.
Shepard, it's good to see you again. So, what can I do for you?
I know you're looking for the Shadow Broker. Cerberus gave me data on where to find him. Interested?
Absolutely. I had no idea. Let me see what you've got. It looks like a leaked transmission between Shadow Broker operatives. Some hints as to the location and... It's about Farron. He's still alive.
Your friend? The one who helped recover my body from the Shadow Broker?
The same. He sacrificed himself to save me. I'd never found anything suggesting he was alive. After 2 years, I hadn't even dreamed.
I'm not jealous.
Sounds like you and Farron were close.
It's funny. He betrayed me more than once. He was double-dealing for Cerberus, for the Shadow Broker. But in the end, he sacrificed himself for me. I owe him.
If he's been the Shadow Broker's prisoner for 2 years, he may not be in good shape.
I know. But yesterday, all I wanted was the chance to avenge his death. Today, he's alive. I'll do whatever I have to do to get him back.
Any friend of yours is a friend of mine. What's the next step?
I don't know. I need to prepare, to think. I'm going home. Use my terminal if you need any local intel.
You okay?
I've spent 2 years plotting revenge. Now I have the chance to make it a rescue.
Let me help. I'll come by your apartment.
Okay. Hopefully I'll have a plan by then. Thank you, Shepard.
And there you have it. To be continued. I've been staggering the release of the HeadCanon project recently because of viewer fatigue, but I'm going to go back to releasing them weekly as it didn't really change anything. And there are a few loyal viewers who I know check in often for the series, and at the end of the day, it's you I'm making them for. So as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell notification icon to be informed of the next one. Keyless alive, my friends, and until next time.
I should go.